It's a new and beautiful morning, and I'm so glad you're here with me to enjoy more incredible views of Costa Rica as we flow and refresh our entire being. As you step onto your mat, begin to welcome positive thoughts and emotions, letting go of any worries and just allowing yourself to exist in this moment. As we move through each asana with grace and fluidity, breathe deeply into any tightness or discomfort you may be feeling in your physical body. And notice how your mind follows your body's lead as you begin to leave everything behind that weighs you down. We are here together to enjoy the gift of mindful, peaceful presence. Let's begin seated at the back of the mat, sitting on our heels in heroes, reaching up to the sky and bringing the hands down, reaching up again, flowing the arms up and down just a few times, beginning to wake up the shoulders, and then reaching up and over with that right arm, left arm to the mat, and switching sides. Right hand down to the mat, left hand reaches up and over. And coming up to center, let's grab the hands behind the back, extending through the elbows, opening the heart, and then folding forward over the thighs, reaching up with the hands, bringing the forehead to the mat, breathing into the shoulder stretch, and slowly rolling up, reaching back with the hands, and then pivoting slightly to the left side, slowly rolling down over the left knee, rolling back up, and coming over the right knee, reaching up with the hands still, and rolling back up. Let's bend the elbows and bring both hands to the right side, to the right hip, rolling out the neck, rolling, coming back to center, reach the hands back behind you, reaching back, straightening the elbows, and then bending both elbows, bringing the hands onto the left hip, and rolling the neck out once again. And coming back to center, reach the hands back behind you, stretching out, and release the hands, reach them up to the sky, and slowly fold forward, coming into child's pose with the hands relaxed next to your body. And then let's come up to all fours and begin to make a circle with your body, as if there's a specific point in the middle of the back that you're drawing a line with in the air. Rounding out the shoulders and then arching the back. And coming back to center, we're going to bring a lot of motion into our bodies by coming back and then forward. Just do whatever variation, whatever feels good in your body right now, bringing a lot of motion or just a little bit, dropping the hips down and back, bringing them forward, going the opposite direction. And coming back to center, sitting back down onto the heels in child's pose. Hands are reaching forward. And then tuck your toes, slowly lift your knees off of the mat and extend through the legs. Maybe pedaling the feet, walking the dog, bending one knee at a time. And then coming forward into plank, bring the knees to the mat, and then the chest, the chin, and release the belly to the mat as you lift up into cobra, looking forward, pushing into the mat with your hands, and releasing the forehead down to the mat. And then placing the elbows underneath the shoulders, coming onto the forearms for our Sphinx pose. Press into the mat, reach up through the crown of the head, shoulders away from the ears. Feeling a nice opening. If your body allows and if it feels good this morning, maybe lift your elbows up off of the mat, finding seal pose. Feeling this a bit more intensely in the lower back. Again, only doing this if it feels good on your body this morning. And releasing the elbows back down to the mat. Bring your hands to either side of your chest and doing our spinal rolls with just the upper body. Rolling the head down and then up, lifting the chest off of the mat as high as you can, and then maybe finding upward facing dog, bending the knees and sitting back down into child's pose. Take a deep breath in, and coming forward onto the knees, tuck the toes and lift the hips up to the sky, finding downward facing dog. Let's lift the right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, step it between the hands, low lunge. Breathe into the stretch. Breathe in. And exhale, lift that back knee, pivot both feet to face to the left side, finding our wide-legged forward fold. Hold for a breath, and then pivoting back into our low lunge, and then stepping back into downward facing dog. Hold. Deep inhale, and exhale, releasing any tension. Let's lift the left leg up, step it between the hands, low lunge. Breathing into that right psoas. And then lifting the back knee, pivoting forward, coming into our wide-legged forward fold on the other side. Folding from the hips. And swaying side to side. Just bring some motion into the hip joints, into the upper body. Stretching out the arms. And then bring the hands to the hips as you slowly begin to lift up all the way and pivoting to open to the front of the mat, coming into our lunge pose, and step the back foot forward into forward fold and roll up into Tadasana. We're doing our full body spinal waves. Rolling up and reaching up and folding down as you bend into the knees. Inhaling as you roll up and exhaling as you release down to the mat. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Let's hold in our forward fold, maybe walk out the knees, bending one knee and then the other, getting into the hamstrings a bit more, moving with your breath. And holding in our forward fold, maybe massaging the backs of your legs with your hands. And then let's lift halfway. Bend both knees and step the left foot back into our low lunge again. Hold and breathe. And staying here with the hands on the mat, or you can lift up, bringing the hands onto the knee. Or you can get into that left quad by lifting the left foot off of the mat, reaching back with the right hand, balancing on your left knee and your right foot, bringing that left heel as close as you can to your left glute. And wherever you are, let's release everything down to the mat. In our low lunge, walk the right foot out to the right side of the mat. Press into the hands, lift that back knee, finding our lizard lunge, coming on to the right side of the foot, allowing that right knee to open up, and maybe rocking forward and back. And now let's walk the right foot in, pivot the left foot to have the toes facing to the left side, bending into the right knee, finding extended side angle, Left arm is reaching up and over. Right hand is on the mat. Then let's extend both legs, reaching up into triangle pose. Arms are in a T. Opening up through the left hip. Opening up, maybe reaching forward and back with that left arm. Just bringing more motion into that shoulder joint, like you're painting a rainbow in the sky. Amazing job. Reach and stretch. And then coming back forward, pivoting forward into our low lunge. Lift the back knee and step back into plank. Hold. Chaturanga down. Upward facing dog as you inhale. And downward facing dog as you exhale. Noticing how your body feels after those poses. Notice where your mind is at. And then let's go to the other side. Lift the left leg, bend the knee, and step it between the hands for our low lunge. Keep your hands on the mat or bring them to your left knee. And just allow your hips to sink lower toward the mat. You can keep your back toes tucked for more support or release them. Find what serves you best. If you'd like to go into the quad, you can grab that right foot with the left hand, bringing the heel closer to the glute, and then coming down to the mat in low lunge, walk the left foot out to the side of the mat, lift your right knee off of the mat, tucking the back toes, finding our lizard lunge, and allow your left knee to open as you come onto the left side of the left foot. Maybe place your left hand on your left knee, maybe rock back and forth or side to side, and then coming back to center, walking the left foot in, pivoting the right foot to open to the right side at a 45-degree angle, extended side angle with your left hand on the mat, right arm reaching up and over, and then extending through the left leg, reaching up, finding triangle pose. Breathing deeply into your right side body, and again, maybe painting a rainbow in the sky with your right arm. Reaching up and over, and reaching back. And let's pivot forward into our low lunge, squaring off everything to the front of the mat. Lift the back knee and step back into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog with your inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's bend the knees and step or hop forward to the hands. Rolling up to Tadasana, hands at the heart in prayer. Pausing. Taking a moment to recenter, to notice how you're feeling. Notice how your body feels. And let's release the hands down, reach them up to the sky. Step the feet to opposite sides of the mat with the toes turned out and begin to squat down into Malasana, our yogic squat. Elbows are pressing into the knees. Tailbone is reaching down to the mat. The crown of the head is reaching up to the sky. Straightening the back. And then place the left hand onto the mat. Reach up with the right arm. And switching to the opposite side. Left arm reaches up. Right hand on the mat. Moving with your breath. Reaching from side to side. Noticing how this feels on your hips. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, switching sides. And now let's hold on the left side with our left hand reaching up to the sky. If you'd like to find a bind, you can reach your right arm around your right knee, back behind you, reaching down with your left arm to grab your hands together. opening up, looking up to the left side. This can be quite advanced for some people, so wherever you're at, just accept where your body is, accept your limitations, and just find the pose that serves you best. If you're in the bind, let's release. Right hand to the mat, left hand reaches up. And let's come to the other side. Right hand reaches up to the sky, left hand on the mat, holding here, or maybe finding the bind on the left side. So left arm reaches back and around that left knee. Right arm reaches back behind you to grab onto the left hand. Opening up to the sky. Looking up to the right side. And let's release the bind, coming back to center. Opening the knees wide. Noticing how this feels on your hips. When you're ready, we're going to extend through the knees, pushing up to Tadasana, bringing the feet together. Reach the hands up to the sky, and hands come down to heart. If you need to shake your legs out a little bit, go ahead and do that. And if you're ready, let's bend the knees, sitting into chair pose, reaching up to the sky, and then slowly squatting down to the mat, sitting down, releasing the back to the mat, bringing the knees into the chest, maybe rocking from side to side. And then let's continue to get into the hips by bringing the right foot down to the mat, placing the left ankle on top of that knee. And as you lift your right foot onto the mat, try to bring your legs as close as you can to your chest. You can grab onto your right leg, to your right knee, or maybe just keep the right foot planted and focus on opening up the left hip that way. And now let's release down, switching sides, so right ankle comes onto the left knee, either staying here with the left foot planted or lifting it up and bringing everything in closer to your chest, opening up the right hip. And releasing, bringing both knees into the chest. Let's extend the left leg out and rock that right knee from side to side, bringing more circulation into that right hip. And then releasing the right knee over to the left side, extending your right arm out, looking over to that right hand. Breathing deeply, relaxing into this pose. Let's come back to center, right knee into the chest. Lift the left leg up to the sky. Place the right foot onto the mat, grabbing onto the back of that left leg, pointing and flexing the foot, and then bringing that left knee into the chest, extending the right leg out, rocking that left knee from side to side, and then allowing it to fall to the right side of the mat as your left arm opens up, looking to that left hand. And just finding a moment to relax, to breathe, to feel the benefits of this pose in your spine. And let's come back to center, left knee into the chest. As you reach that right leg up to the sky, plant the left foot onto the mat and maybe point and flex your right foot. And then placing both feet onto the mat, let's press down through the heels as we lift the glutes off of the mat, squeezing them, lifting the hip bones up to the sky. Hands are clasped underneath the body. Or you can just relax your arms at your sides, Finding our bridge pose, and then releasing the hands. Slowly allow the back to come down to the mat, bringing the knees into the chest once again, and making circles with the knees, out and around and in. And then finding our final pose, Shavasana. Begin to relax every muscle in your body and just enjoy this moment of stillness. Let's begin to deepen the breath as we come back. Maybe wiggle your feet and your hands. Maybe wiggle your toes or your fingers. And then rolling onto one side. Let's slowly lift up, coming into seated at the center of the mat. Let's bring the hands onto the knees and begin to roll the shoulders backwards or forwards. It's releasing any tension that's left out of those shoulders. Let's roll out the neck slowly once again. And back to center. Let's reach the arms up to the sky. Palms together. Bend the elbows as you release the hands down to the heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me here in beautiful Costa Rica. And I hope to see you again very soon for our next practice. Namaste. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the practice and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more just like this.